Happy Sunday. Well, I'm starting a new set of days track record thing. I've been at my current weight for 174 days. I pretty much hit where I've been for where I was when I was about 18 years old on about the 1st of February. So is this diet sustainable? Absolutely. Am I ever hungry? Not in the least. Do I get to eat foods that I've always loved and wanted to eat? Yeah. I mean, if you told me that, I just, there's just almost something unchristian about this. Being able to eat till you're stuffed and not have cravings and not feel guilty about it. And that's interesting because I am Latin Rite Orthodox. That's the church from St. Peter, the one that Jesus actually said, "You're Peter, dude, on you I'm going to build my church," kind of thing. And they prescribe fasting twice a year on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. And I fast that kind of fast. Matter of fact, I'll get into that. I fast that kind of fast just about every day. I'm OMAD, which means I eat one meal a day. So am I really completing not only the law itself, but the spirit of the law? Of course, this isn't a dogma, okay? Just understand this. The church frees you from fasting obligations at the age of, I believe, 59 or 60, and if you're younger than age 14 or 18, somewhere in there. I don't need to remember it because I can look it up, and I'm not there. But the interesting thing about that is it's not a cult or anything, because if you don't want to fast, you do some other form of penance. I believe eating fish, it's a discipline. It's not dogma either. But I believe they say, hey, if you can eat other kinds of food, you can also eat fish. Fish doesn't fill me up, so I need to eat a lot of it if I even eat that day. Normally I will fast on Fridays, so I don't even worry about it. And since I fasted, that's another form of penance, so I can eat flesh meats that day. Because it is part of my diet, which a doctor gave me. So there's the other out. The church says, hey, if a doctor prescribed a diet for you, then you eat what the doctor prescribed. Now, did I pay this doctor? Nope. As a matter of fact, I have probably 4 doctors that I've watched that have prescribed this diet for me, who would have, had I gone into their office and paid them. But, I found them on YouTube, and, well, it is a doctor-prescribed diet. It doesn't matter how it gets to me, okay? Is that legal easy? Is that wiggling around? Is that a loophole? No, not at all. It just means the guy hasn't seen me. We had a phone consult, but he didn't know how many millions were on the other end of his phone consult the day he did it. And I didn't have to pay for it, which I bless them utterly. But here's what the church actually says a fast day is. You eat one full meal, and you can eat 2 other meals as long as they don't equal a full meal. Well, I eat my full meal, which is what I eat every day. I eat until I'm stuffed. And then I actually don't eat the other 2 smaller meals. Yay. And they don't include liquids, so I can drink coffee with butter and coconut oil if I'm feeling hungry, because those are both liquids. As a matter of fact, they don't spike insulin, and you could say they don't really offer nutrition. Of course they do. They order the vitamins D, E, K, and A. And of course, the water-soluble vitamins are B and C before Christ. Oh, that's the way you can remember it. And I remember DEKA from Deca, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually how they spell the Greek letter 10. So I'm like, before Christ, Deca. All right, water-solubles BC, fat-solubles DEKA, and from animal sources. Yay. So my body doesn't have to process those. So again, 174 days, sustainable. Completely sustainable. And what do I get to eat? I get to eat bacon, eggs, chicken wings, ribs, steak, pork, fish, and the other parts of the chicken, especially with the skin. I steer clear of breast because it's really too proteiny for me. Proteiny for me. I prefer the fat, and I have switched more to a much higher fat diet because I feel better. For example, last night, I rarely do I go to bed this late, but my daughter had a performance over at the theater downtown. She, guitarist, and her friend, who is her, well, they're essentially co-players. I mean, nobody accompanies anyone. It's a duo, and she's a pianist. And we got back and kind of got settled in, and I wanted to go into bed a little after midnight, but I woke up at 9. Yay. It was really a delicious night. It was absolutely a wonderful night's sleep. Didn't even wake up, just slept through. I mean, who at age 55, who sleeps through the night without even having to get up and, use the washroom, for Christ's sake? If you're 55 years old and you watch this and you tell me, yeah, I can sleep through a 9-hour night, I don't need to use the loo or anything, hey, I'd love to hear your story. Tell me what diet you're on. So, yeah, I'm 99% carnivore. I will nibble. Some carnivores say, oh, it doesn't include coffee or cheese. Well, I don't know. Cheese is an animal source, so and it's got some bacteria that break down the sugars, which is even better. So now I get my animal source and a couple extra animals in the forms of bacteria. And I have been eating nutritional yeast. I added that, and I have noticed that my lips aren't as chapped. I used to apply Carmex constantly. And, of course, even before the nutritional yeast, I haven't had any skin issues. And even my lips have been mellowing out, that constant dryness. And it had been real dry. But I'm going to use up a bag of that and see how it goes. A little expensive. It's about a little over $1 a gram. So today on tap, chicken wings, of course. And I make a special Frank sauce now. I'm going to call it Frankendays. Frankenstein, but Frankendays, the French brother of the crazy German, right? But essentially, I take an egg and I whir it in a food processor, and I take 2 sticks of butter and melt it in the microwave. And then I drizzle it in, literally making a mayonnaise or a hollandaise sauce, which the hollandaise sauce is really, it's also an emulsification of egg yolk and the butter. But in this case, since it's processing so fast, I can include the whites. Yay. So I get the extra 17% kick from the protein on the egg white. And then I'll add in a whole 250 mil, maybe a little more. I have a cup measure, but it's right up to the brim. Boom, and I drizzle that in there, and then 2 capfuls, which is about 2 tablespoons of organic apple cider vinegar. And I only mention that because it has the mother and the slime and whatever, good stuff. And in the fridge, it'll harden, and then when I take it out and just leave it out, you can actually drizzle it. Oh, the consistency, the flavor. It's like nothing you've ever had. It's absolutely delicious. All right, so now I've proved just a ton of stuff. You guys tell me what diet you're on that's you've been able to lose your weight to your goal. Matter of fact, I surpassed my goal. My goal is I'd be happy if I hit 200 again, because that's where I'd hit when I was 30. And here I've gone way past that. I mean, the lowest I hit was 184. And here I float around 186, 188 at night after I've eaten and drunk water and haven't even used the latrine before I take my shower. I don't even hit 190 anymore. Or if I do, maybe 190. Well, let's just say I never exceeded 195, but I haven't even been there lately. I've been 190, and then in the mornings I'm 188, 187. But I've been there for February, March, April, May, June, July. I've been there almost 6 months. So you tell me which diet you're doing, that you've hit your 18-year-old weight and you look great, and you have to buy new clothes, and it's sustainable, and you get to eat till you're full, and you never get hungry, and you don't have cravings, and you're not mad, you're not hangry, you're not hypoglycemic, you're not all these things. And I'll do your thing. So anyway, guys, have a great Sunday. We'll talk to you soon. Be well. Bye.